So before I jump into the content, before I start talking about these interesting scenarios which I prepared for you guys in this video, please do me a favor and destroy that like button. And to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And guys, come on, let's try to reach at least 1,000 like in this video. Let's try it one more time to reach 1,000 like in this video. Thank you very much. So first thing first, just like how we anticipated, Bitcoin had a false break to the upside. I showed you this on my previous video, that until we flip 86,000 into proper support, any sort of a rally will be looked as a temporary rally, and price after that could be heading towards the original trend direction. I showed you with this exact example. There could be a false break to the upside and then price heading towards the original direction. So in our case, this rising channel pattern looks like playing out perfectly. The reason was simple, not just only because of this false break to the upside, but we were also aware Bitcoin had to break the resistance from the CPI trend line and even flip that into proper support if you want to see an actual continuation towards this monthly R1 line. Yes guys, on my previous video I showed you the month of April is a bearish month. Why? Because we have formed a descending CPI lower than the previous month. This was the previous month CPI, you can see, right? And this is the April CPI, which is lower than the previous month, which only gets formed during downtrend. If you simply go back and look from this February month, you can see Feb was higher than the March. March was higher than the April, which clearly shows downtrend. I mean descending CPI, and we know descending CPI only gets formed during downtrend. So that's why, since this was also a descending CPI, we were aware Bitcoin must do the unthinkable. Otherwise, we are expecting this trend to show a possible move towards this monthly S1 line. Yes, guys, if this wasn't ascending CPI, R1 would be the first priority. But since this is a descending CPI, S1 will be our first priority for the month of April, which sits around 74,400. This monthly S1 line will be looked as our bearish target if the price fails to regain strength above 86,000 in the upcoming days. But we know it won't be that easy. The reason is simple. I mean, Bitcoin parallelly is also following a bearish continuation pattern known as ascending broadening wedge. In a daily time frame, this is definitely a continuation of a downtrend. I mean, if you look at this example, after breaking the support from this lower trend line, we had a pullback, right? Same scenario could be unfolding in our case as well. So what I'm trying to pinpoint is that in the medium short term, yes, we have broken another support from this rising wedge as well, which is another bearish continuation pattern. I mean, if you look at this price structure around this area, you can see this is a rising wedge. Rising wedge is a bearish continuation pattern. So if the price of Bitcoin wants to do the unthinkable and start with a continuation with a false break to the downside, then you can see 86,000 resistance from this CPI trend line must be flipped into proper support. Otherwise, we will be looking at this formation as a bearish formation with false breakout and price after that heading towards the original direction, because we know we have a lot of confluence around this 75,000 range. Yes guys, price in the medium short term is also following this another bearish continuation pattern from this Williams alligator indicator. I mean, blue line appearing at the top, green line at the bottom only happens during downtrend. And since this is a downtrend, any sort of a rally, we are going to face resistance around this trend line. I mean, during downtrend, this Williams alligator indicator tends to act as resistance. So in our case, since this is also a downtrend, any sort of a rally, we have to be careful, because this trend line along with the CPI trend line will be acting as resistance, and price after that could show a continuation in this manner. Why are we expecting strong resistance around 86,000? Because that's also the resistance from this falling trend line, which previously rejected us. Yes guys, this falling trend line has been rejecting us again and again. Each and every attempt while trying to break out of it has resulted in a downtrend and even a lower low. You can see we started forming lower highs, lower lows continuation formation. So if this here is going to be another continuation to the downside, then there could be a final pullback. Bitcoin getting attracted around 70, 75, in between that range, find bottom, and only after that start with an actual reversal. Yes, you heard that correctly, guys. In a bigger picture, we have been very clear. Bitcoin, before starting with the actual bullish move, it has tested the support from this 50 exponential moving average couple of times, and only after that started breaking out. So in our case, there could be a retest, a second test around this 50 exponential moving average, which will be again around 75,000, but that could be just a final pullback before expecting another reversal in this manner. Yes, guys, I personally think the bull market is not over. This could be a few months of pullback or sideways movement, just like this one here, and only after few sideways movement, only after accumulating, we are going to see an actual bullish continuation for now. But for now, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to show weakness, because even according to this rising trend line, you can see Bitcoin had a bullish move only after testing around the support area. So that's why if we fail to regain our strength above 86,000, then you can see, guys, there is a very high possibility of price heading towards this rising trend line again, just like from this past price action before breaking out. So if this scenario plays out, you can see Bitcoin has a very high possibility to test the next area of confluence, which could be around 70 to 75,000, because in a weekly time frame, if you simply zoom out and look at this price action, yes, 75,000 has been looked as a very, very important area for us, because previously around that price range we had plenty of retests, rejection, but once we broke out of it, we had a very, very bullish move. So same trend line could be attracting us. That's why I want you guys to be a little bit careful. Even if the price starts showing a continuation like this, right, heads towards the 75,000, that could be a great buying opportunity for the long run, because I showed you in history, whenever this indicator ETA normalized and Williams percentage error has given us the bottom sign, the price of Bitcoin has turned very, very bullish. I mean, if we simply look at this from 2017, indicator pointed us that market might have bottomed after this pullback. What happened after that? We had a very, very parabolic move, a move of around 2,063% here. In 2018, we had a major sell-off, indicator to the downside, indicated the bottom might be in. And after that, you can see after consolidating for a few weeks, even few months, we finally broke out with a move of around 333%. Here, black swan event, bottom indicator flashing us buy signal, right? And right after that, you can see market started with this bullish move, a move of around 1,353%. Same thing has repeated again and again. So if the price in our case starts consolidating, even starts showing some move like this, please be aware that could be just a temporary pullback, just like from this past price action before gathering strength and breaking out. So what I'm trying to pinpoint is that if the price does get attracted towards the next area of confluence around 75,000, you can see that could be a great buying opportunity, because I personally think the price after that could be preparing itself for another continuation, which might look somehow like this. So guys, in case of doubt, I suggest you to simply zoom out, because any sort of a pullback I just showed you could be a great buying opportunity for the long run. So this was some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed the vlog, then please guys, do not hesitate to destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye bye.